More laughter.
Tama po, tama.
More fun.
Sit here.
Dude, again, just a plug.
More LAC. Only here on INCRadio, Los Angeles.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone tuning in to INCRadio Los Angeles. I am one of your hosts, Stefan Honradi, coming to you from the local congregation of Santa Clarita. So today actually is a really exciting day today because there's so many, there's so many great places to visit here in Los Angeles. So definitely we will take you for a ride. We will take you for a great experience exploring the many cities and the many landmarks here in the city of Los Angeles. So of course I'm not alone. Here with me is my co-host for today, Jalen. How are you, Jalen?
I'm doing very well, Stefan. Thank you so much. And welcome everyone to INCRadio Los Angeles. The funny thing before we get into today, it is a very gloomy day here.
Yes,
is it the same for
it
you
is.
out there?
No, it is actually. So I am actually live on location here in Oxnard. So it is definitely gloomy outside. So it is currently 58 degrees. So it is very gloomy. Actually, it's pretty cold outside. So I should be wearing my jacket right today. But yeah. So if you are outside, especially in the city of Oxnard, please do wear a jacket. It is a little bit cold out there. How about you, Jalen? What's the weather there?
Here where I am at, so I am coming from the local congregation of Eagle Rock, and it's also actually 59, maybe 60, so it will be cold outside today. But hopefully, Los Angeles has this thing about being very sunny in the afternoon, so we shall see. I am expecting that to happen, or at least I want that to happen. So I hope that happens to you out there in Oxnard as well.
Yes. Okay. So Jalen, is there any updates or any actually past activities that we had here in our district?
Yes. So last week we did have our Christian Family Organization special gathering, as well as on that day we had some of the brethren actually take oath for certain offices. So congratulations to everyone who was there. We were actually in North Hollywood last weekend, and that was a very special occasion and something that was very fun to have. And so we will be announcing very soon all of the activities that we have coming up for the rest of this month, but also getting us into June and July, which the summertime, we're about to be very busy, but it'll be a fun time regardless. So what about Stefan? For today's topic, we're
Yes.
continuing on, right, for LAC's local landmarks. So last week, Paul was able to help us out with the Ventura County, which oddly enough, you were there today. So have you?
Yeah, it's funny.
Was there anything from his list last week that, since you're there, you're thinking, oh, maybe I should try that? Anything reaching out to you?
What's funny is, yeah. So last week we were actually, just mentioning talking about Oxnard, the city of Oxnard. So there are so many, especially in Oxnard, there are a lot of areas, especially the beaches in the coastal area. So definitely, I do want to enjoy and maybe want to pay a visit to the coastal area, especially the beaches, to really enjoy the clear air and just I am really, I love the ocean, so definitely want to maybe, take a visit, near the ocean. So, very excited for today.
Alrighty. So we actually do today, and I think a continuation of next week as well, kind of like
Yes.
foreshadowing what's going to happen. So today we will be talking about the landmarks that we have here in the city of Los Angeles. So we're kind of going away from Ventura County, even though we do love our Ventura County. I also would like to be there as well, and I will make a list of all the places that I want to go to based off of the list that we have given you from last week. So without further ado, let's kind of get started with all of the landmarks that we have to discuss for today. So
Yes.
if we can pull up those slides, can you check that would be
Yes.
great.
So Tech, if you can please present those slides, and then we'll definitely, already start exploring, the city of Los Angeles. So if you can present those slides, Tech. So while we're waiting for our presentation, so what's actually the most exciting areas to actually explore, Los Angeles?
I think that it will just depend on what you're looking for specifically. I know that there is something on this list, Stefan, that you and I both are very excited to discuss because you and I both have been there multiple times this year. And I'm not going to say anything yet, and I will have everybody just kind of speculate what place we are talking about. But in addition to some of the places that we have, out in Ventura County and Oxnard, we do also have a plethora of beaches out here in LA County as well. And one of the first ones that we will be talking about, we actually have a newly established local congregation in that city, which is also very cool to just
Yes.
say and discuss that we have a new local congregation, and it's called Santa Monica. That's so cool to say. I'm sorry, I
Yes,
can't get
Santa
over it.
Monica. Yeah, no, really, I love Santa Monica. It's one of the most actually it's the city that not very yeah actually not a lot of people do explore because I know that it's a little bit far from from the center of Los Angeles and especially in the downtown area, but if you do want to explore the many areas of Santa Monica, that city is it's a great city to explore, to really find out new foods. So there's a lot of things that you can do there in that city. So Tech, if you can please present those slides, please.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but I think that's one of the one of the locations we'll
Yes.
be talking about this morning.
All right. So again, for those local congregations that are tuning in, here are the updates for your hashtags. So let's already start with our first one. So Tech, if you could please present the first one, which is Santa Monica Pier.
Here, yeah.
All right. So Santa Monica Pier. So this landmark is actually debuted on September 9, 1909. The Santa Monica Pier was the first concrete pier on the U.S. West Coast. And then, which is see if you see all these photos, it is very photo esque, I should say, where if you want to post this on social media, is a very awesome way to take lots of pictures, especially in this location. So Santa Monica Pier, though it is not though it is an unofficial highway sign, you don't want to run highway traffic into the ocean. The end of the trail sign serves as an inspiration to thousands of visitors each year. That's Route 66 is more than a relic of what used to be. It's a journey through the heart of the country where the meals are homemade and the neon signs still glow, that still kicks 35 years after being officially decommissioned. So, as I'm not sure if you see this, but Tech, if you can scroll down to the next slide, there is actually a highway sign that used to be there, that used to be a very popular sign, which was Route 66. So Route 66 used to be a route that many people back in the day used to travel to. So though that Route 66 is no longer active, but the actual sign is still there. So you're able to take pictures. You're able to just to look at the sign and just to really look back at what used to be like, right? So yeah, again, it's a very awesome way to explore and to just to really kind of look back at some of the old landmarks that used to be there. So next up, Jillian.
So next, we're getting away from the beach a little bit. So we are going to take you to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I'm sure we've heard this many times, but the Hollywood Walk of Fame is a landmark which consists of 2,777 stars embedded in the sidewalks along 15 blocks of Hollywood Boulevard and 3 blocks of Vine Street in Hollywood, California. The stars are monuments to achievement in the entertainment industry, bearing the names of a mix of actors, directors, producers, musicians, theatrical musical groups, fictional characters, and others. So it was very interesting to find out that there were so many stars on the Walk of Fame, but not just that, that we continue to add more and more stars. So maybe when you are in
Yes.
Los Angeles, it would be good to try to figure out, okay, with which stars did we, you know, want to see. I think that there was one where I was walking the other day and it was Jennifer Aniston, and I was like, wait, I love her. She's so good. Okay, so continuing on in Hollywood, if we go a little further, we will see the Griffith Observatory. So, the Griffith Observatory is an observatory in Los Angeles, California, on the south facing slope of Mount Hollywood in Griffith Park. The inspiration for the observatory and for Griffith Park came from Griffith J. Griffith, who was the benefactor for both. The idea of a public observatory was a very new one at the turn of the 20th century, but Griffith developed very precise specifications regarding what should be included in the building. Have you yourself been here, Stefan? Have you been to the Griffith Observatory yet?
Yes, actually plenty of times. Again, plenty of times, and every time that I go to, like every time that I go inside of this landmark, it's I still learn something new. And it every time that I go there, it just takes my breath away, literally, because the views there are literally outstanding. They're literally breathtaking because every time that I go there, the views there are perfect. And not just that, but if you go there, if you watch a lot of movies, you can see you can see the Griffith Observatory in so many movies. And so definitely you can really just grasp about how really fantastic this location is. And so again, there are so many different activities you can actually learn about the planets, about the stars, right? And then you can even hike around around those the trails in around the Griffith Observatory. So again, there's so many activities that you can do around here. So definitely it is the place to go to when you are visiting here in Los Angeles. All right, next up is the Hollywood sign, which is very famous here in Los Angeles. In 1923, workers used mules to haul wood and sheet metal up the slope, and there were originally four more letters than they are today, which used to be the sign used to read Hollywood Land. It originally largely as a publicity stunt dreamed up by real estate agents promoting property in the Hollywood Hills. So again, this is a very iconic area. You can actually, there are actually areas around the Hollywood sign where you can take pictures. You can actually go up close and personal with the Hollywood sign. So it is very picturesque about it. And again, like there's just something about the Hollywood sign where it means that you are in the capital, in the entertainment capital of the world. So it is definitely one of the places to actually go to here in Los Angeles, because again, Los Angeles is a very famous city where there are here where movies are made here, and this is definitely the iconic place to be in. So yeah. Next up is
So we also have Universal Studios Hollywood, which this is the one I will tell all of you right now, is the one that
which is
I'm
not sponsored.
not sponsored at all. But what I'm saying is,
Yeah,
I
not
know
sponsored.
Stefan and I have been there a good amount of times just this year alone. But Universal Studios Hollywood, I'm sure you've heard of it before, but originally opened on March 14, 1915 as a movie studio. And it opened as a theme park on July 15, 1964. When it first opened, Universal Studios Hollywood only had one attraction, which was the studio tour. And through the different years, attractions opened up at the park, and there are currently 14 attractions at the park itself. So, Universal Studios Hollywood is one of the places, not sponsored as well, that is a very fun place to go when you are in Los Angeles and you just want to see kind of how movie magic is done, because Hollywood is very uh, that is kind of what you think about when you think of movies, is Hollywood. So in addition to all of the locations that we have here, we had to top it off with a theme park. I don't know about you, Stefan. I felt very happy about this list. However, we are aware, everyone, that this is not every landmark that we have to offer here in Los Angeles. And so we should also stay tuned for what we have coming up next week, as well as we do continue on with the same topic. So, as we are gearing toward the end of our presentation here, let's read some comments first before we go to our next segment. Um, let
Oh, actually, before we go to our comments, our team live chat, there's one question, our question of the week, which is, what year did Universal Studios become an amusement park? So again, what year did Universal Studios become an amusement park? So hopefully you're paying attention, and then we will definitely pick the winner for next week. So for our comments section, for our team live chat, there are so many comments. So thank you everyone that has been tuning in. Just want to read a couple comments before we go on to our next segment. We have Capier Perez. He says hello to our district minister, Brother Jun Pilon Jr., and also to Atilin. And then we have Brianna Andrade. She says, morning, everyone. Love learning more about our district with our hashtag LAC local landmarks. We have Joy Andrade. She says, hello, po, greetings to everyone. Hashtag Santa Clarita Valley. We have Kawili Santos. He says, hello, po, to Capier. We have Myris. We have Myris Hippolito. She says, good morning, LAC, hashtag Eagle Rock. And then we have, as well as Ka Andrew Makadengding, he says, good morning po to Kawili and to Kapier po, hashtag San Fernando Valley. So what else do we have, Jalen, for our team live chat?
So also in our team live chat, we have Jamil De Leon, who says, hello po, tuning in from hashtag Lancaster. We have Jackie Atienza, good AM po, greetings from Pasadena, home of gorgeous roses. That's right. Oh, I miss that.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe something that we can anticipate for next week. I don't know. We also have Len Salas. Good morning po, happy viewing po from hashtag OXN, so Oxnard, where you are currently at, Stefan. And we also have Patricia Castro, who also says good morning, but from hashtag Glenn. And Shirley Aleto, good morning, poet, greetings from hashtag Los Angeles. So let's continue to keep up in our team live chat. Who is here?
Yes.
We want to know. Let us know. It's very exciting to be here, right there.
Yeah, and also if for those in the team live chat, also comment down below what has been your favorite place to go to here in the city of Los Angeles, whether it's the areas that we've mentioned to, or the area, or any cities or any areas, or maybe hidden secrets about Los Angeles. Maybe that's something to anticipate for next week. So again, you might have to tune in again to INCRadio Los Angeles for a lot of areas and places to go to here in Los Angeles. So again, before we so for our next segment, it is a segment that we had to bring it back because it's a segment that I'm very truly passionate about. And I would love to for everyone to experience about the areas and maybe some places that we haven't known yet here in Los Angeles. So for tech, please present our newest segment, our segment, only in LAC. Tech, take it away, please.
Only in LAC. The Jerome C. Daniel Overlook above the Hollywood Bowl is one of the most visited sites along the scenic area of Mulholland Drive in the Hollywood Hills. The scenic overlook provides views of the Hollywood Bowl, the Coengo Pass, downtown Los Angeles, the Santa Monica Mountains, Griffith Observatory, and the Hollywood sign. On a clear day, one can see the Pacific Ocean and Catalina Island. You can also view 360-degree view of both the Hollywood sign and downtown Los Angeles skyline. Elysian Park is a 2.8-mile loop through the northern section of Elysian Park. This route takes you through a park next to a baseball stadium and features a surprisingly rugged single track overlooking the freeway. This route passes soccer fields, barbecue pits, the Los Angeles Police Academy, and several jaw-dropping overlooks of the baseball stadium and downtown Los Angeles before ending up at the public art overlook. Venice Beach is just a few miles away from Santa Monica and is also known for its skate, surf, and beach culture. But not everyone knows that Venice, California was also inspired by Venice, Italy, at least in its name. There isn't a lot that these two cities have in common, but there's one unusual feature that both share: beautiful canals. There are 6 waterways flow through a neighborhood just a block away from the beach boardwalk. There are all that remain of a much more vast network of canals that brought in spectators from all over the US in the early 20th century. Tongva Park is a beautiful modern urban park within walking distance of the iconic Santa Monica Pier. Stretching over 6 acres, the park has unique structures, art sculptures, diverse and sustainable plants and trees, play structures, and plenty of amenities for everyone to enjoy. There are also walking paths throughout the park, allowing visitors to easily explore the 4 sections of the park. Stay tuned for more, only in LAC.
All right. So again, those are just a snippets of areas, especially in Santa Monica, because that park, Tongva Park, is actually just across the street from Santa Monica Pier. So again, it's just one of the hidden areas of Santa Monica. And if you want to explore, if you want to visit Los Angeles, let us know. I want to show, want to show everyone about how passionate. I know, I'm pretty sure you are, Jalen, about how passionate you are about about these areas, and that really is one of is just the many hidden gems of Los Angeles. So again, you have to tune in to continue to INCRadio Los Angeles. So how about you, Jalen? What's the most exciting thing about the city?
The most exciting thing for me personally about the city is that regardless of whichever direction you go in, you can always go to a different spot but feel like you're in somewhere different. I don't know if that makes any sense, but kind of like what you were saying with the Venice canals, where you walk in and it's like, oh, maybe I am in a city in Venice, and then you go down a few blocks and you're at the beach and you're like, wait, what happened? I'm at the beach now. And then maybe a few miles down you drive and you see mountains. I mean, that's one of my favorite things about Los Angeles, is that it's very eclectic. Like, it's not just one thing that you can do. There are so many different things that you can look at, so many places that you can go to, and that's one of my favorite reasons for living in Los Angeles, or even exploring the city, because I was born and raised here. I think like you, Stefan, but there are still a lot of places that I myself have not been to, which I think now I'm going to make an Excel sheet to kind of keep track of everywhere, and just kind of like rate it. I don't know. Is that a good idea?
Yes. No, really, no, really. Like, it's I will definitely, we can build on that list. But we have you again. Next week is a very exciting, a broadcast, because next week we will be concluding our series, and it's the best time because we will be exploring the downtown Los Angeles area. So there's so many activities to do. It is one of the best areas to explore Los Angeles. So my mind is going crazy because there's just so many things. Again, but you have to tune in next week, because there's just a lot of activities to explore and to also to find out. So with that being said, we thank you so much for tuning into our broadcast for today. Again, next week is a very exciting broadcast. So, with that being said, so Jalen, if you can please conclude for those thank yous.
Alrighty. So, in addition to what Stefan had said, we do want to thank everyone, especially who was in our live chat, but everyone who is tuning in and listening to our viewers and listeners, to all of our ministers and resident workers here in the District of Los Angeles County, California, and our Subsea CEO, CFO coordinator, Brother Angelo Iranio Manalo, as well as our executive minister, Ka Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you so much for everything that we do, and as well as all of our listeners. So, like Seven said, let's tune in next week for a lot more of LAC's local landmarks. But before we go, we will end it the way that we always do. So join us again next week for more laughter, more fun, more LAC.
More LAC. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
See
you,
you next Saturday at
everyone.
9. Next is INCRadio Caribbean.